don't have
not
an
an excuse,
excuse.
yeah.
I'm puzzled by people who feel like I can go on a national platform and make excuses, very weak excuses of not.
New day, new drama in South Africa. According to new reports, Kelly Khumalo's son Christian caught by Jub Jub as he dropped out from school. Please like this video as you watch. South African songstress Kelly Khumalo has once again made headlines, this time after opening up about a deeply personal issue involving her son, Christian Khumalo. During her candid appearance on the El Tido podcast, the award-winning musician revealed that her son is contemplating dropping out of school, a decision that stirred public debate and reignited conversations about the value and limitations of the country's education system. Khumalo, who is known for speaking her mind without hesitation, used the platform to share her strong feelings about how education is structured in South Africa. She described the current system as overly systematic, suggesting that it is rigid and fails to equip learners with the real-world skills necessary to thrive beyond the classroom. According to the singer, there is an outdated narrative that views academic qualifications as the only gateway to success. However, she pointed out that the harsh reality in South Africa shows a very different picture. Despite thousands of graduates leaving universities each year with degrees and diplomas, many remain unemployed or underemployed. For Khumalo, this is evidence that the current education model is not aligned with the practical and economic realities facing young people. The way our schools function is too controlled and too focused on producing children who simply fit into the system, she argued. To them, the only acceptable form of success is education. But education, as it is currently designed, is not giving our children the tools to survive. Khumalo stressed that a major flaw in the schooling system lies in its neglect of subjects such as financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and business development. She expressed her belief that if schools placed greater emphasis on teaching children how to start businesses, manage finances, or even explore creative industries, then the younger generation would be much better prepared to tackle the challenges of adult life. Imagine if our schools made entrepreneurship a compulsory subject from primary school, she reflected. By the time our children leave matric, they would already know how to create opportunities for themselves, rather than waiting for opportunities that may never come. In a surprising admission, Kelly revealed that she wasn't completely caught off guard when her son Christian, whom she shares with rapper Jub Jub, told her he wanted to quit school. Having dropped out herself years ago, she immediately recognized her own reflection in her child's words. When Christian said that he didn't want to continue, I saw myself in him, Khumalo confessed. It was almost like history repeating itself. That's when I realized that as his mother, it's my responsibility to create a better environment and structure for him than the one I was given. For Khumalo, her son's words also highlighted the power of speaking one's truth. She admitted that she had often vowed never to raise children who would blindly follow a system she herself considered flawed. That's the power of the tongue, she explained. I always said I didn't want to raise kids who would become part of this cycle. And now I can see that mindset reflected in my own child. Unsurprisingly, her comments have sparked widespread discussion on social media and beyond. Some of her fans praised her perspective, agreeing that traditional education often overlooks essential life lessons and that young people should be encouraged to think outside the box. Supporters applauded her for being brave enough to support her son's choice rather than forcing him into a system she does not fully believe in. However, not everyone agreed. Critics argued that, despite its flaws, formal education remains an irreplaceable foundation for any child's future. Many social media users emphasize that schooling provides discipline, structure, and basic knowledge, which are all necessary whether or not a child chooses to pursue entrepreneurship later on. Others cautioned that dropping out of school at an early age could close more doors than it opens, making life unnecessarily difficult for a young person. Kelly Khumalo is no stranger to controversy. Over the years, she has built a reputation not only as a powerhouse vocalist and performer, but also as a figure unafraid to challenge the status quo. Her latest revelations about her son and the education system have once again positioned her as someone willing to voice unpopular opinions, regardless of how much criticism may come her way. For many, her story is both inspiring and thought-provoking. On one hand, It is a reminder that education systems worldwide are struggling to evolve fast enough to meet modern demands. On the other hand, it underscores the tough choices parents must make when their children reject traditional paths. At the heart of the debate lies a bigger societal question. Should success be measured solely by academic achievements? Or is it time to embrace alternative routes such as entrepreneurship, creativity, and innovation? Kelly Khumalo's stance, and Christian's bold consideration of stepping away from school, challenges South Africans to rethink the definition of education and success. Whether one agrees with her or not, it is clear that her words have struck a chord. For Kelly, the issue is personal, but for the nation, it may be the beginning of a broader conversation about how to prepare the next generation for a future that is rapidly changing. After her interview, speculation has been running high in the local entertainment scene after claims emerged that Kelly Khumalo's son, Christian, has been caught by his father, Malimo Jub Jub Marahani, following reports that he decided to abandon his schooling. Insiders allege that Jub Jub stepped in when he was informed about his son's educational struggles. The situation unfolded shortly after Kelly revealed in a candid interview that Christian had voiced frustrations with the education system, saying it felt too rigid and did not provide young people with the practical knowledge they need for real life. While Kelly has been vocal about exploring different approaches to raising and preparing children for the future, Jub Jub is believed to have urged Christian to rethink his choice, stressing the importance of staying in school. This development has reignited public conversation about the strained relationship between Kelly and Jub Jub, who have long had differences in parenting styles. Kelly leans towards alternative perspectives, while Jub Jub has consistently highlighted structure, discipline, and conventional education as a solid path to success. Fans are now watching closely to see whether Christian will eventually return to his studies or follow a different route with guidance from his parents.